So we have this party at the house.
Yeah, no, it's pandemonium here. We arrived here at 8 a.m., which is really early for musicians. And we're like, I said to everyone, it felt like summer camp because all the musicians were just standing around waiting for somebody to tell them where they need to put their gear. And they're all just standing huddled like in their groups together with their merch, kind of looking around being like, should we make new friends or like how's this gonna go? And just felt like the first day of summer camp where everybody's got their like duffel bags and they're looking at each other being like, oh, who's gonna be my friend, who are we playing with? And then we started settling in and getting our sound checks and loading in and everything. It started to feel like a normal gig, but it is a lot of bands here today. There's a lot going on at once. We got vendors, there's food, there's drinks, there's lots going on. So yeah, happy to be here and can't wait to play.
Yeah, being the fact that it's May 31st, so it's still May. I want to say a happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you.
So
thank
like, how, what do you normally do? What do you like to do to celebrate your birthday, as far as if you're on the road or off the road?
Yeah, so I've had birthdays on the road, and I am very lucky that my bandmates and my crew members always try to do something special. We know that when you're away from home, it sucks sometimes because you're not with your friends or family, so it's really nice when they can like decorate the bus or surprise you with a birthday cake or do something fun, like going out to a bar late at night. So yeah, we've had some good birthdays on the road. I remember one specific one where when I turned 30, they gave me 30 cupcakes, and I almost lit the whole bus on fire because it was so much.
I believe that was the non-point tour. I interviewed you with you. You were like, hey, do you want some cupcakes? I got extra cupcakes.
Yeah, so that was fun. But this year, I was home, and my partner Matt, he took me out to an illusion museum. And I love illusions, and they give me some good ideas for music videos and stuff like that. And then we went out for a very fancy dinner, and I'm like a big foodie. And it's tough these days, you know, times are tight with money, but if I have a birthday, I'll use any excuse to go to a nice restaurant, drink out of a proper wine glass, get served some, you know, fancy stuff that I can't pronounce, and to me, that's a good night.
Oh yeah, at least one time a year you gotta do
that, right? I know, yeah.
Speaking of like, you know, coming here to Baltimore, you guys tend to like come to Baltimore a lot. What is it about Baltimore and the scene of Baltimore that you guys enjoy coming here and playing so much?
Well, the fans, number one. The fans are always amazing. I've had, every time I can recall playing here, they've always been ready to party and ready to like catch me whenever I'm ready to dive on their heads. So I love Baltimore for that. But it's also just a cool vibe. Like this whole block, this whole like entertainment district here, we're at Power Plant Live, but just down the road is our kind of stomping grounds at Baltimore Soundstage, where we've been a bunch of times. It's just got a vibe. Like it just feels like it's made for people to have fun and party, and you can kind of bar hop around and grab a slice of pizza, and yeah, it's just got cool energy.
Yeah, because you guys have definitely played like a lot of areas. Like you said, Soundstage. You guys played Metropole, which is a different, or Metro Gallery. I mean, where it's a different little art, like more of the artsy area.
Yes,
like that. So it's always kind of curious, like, you know, compared to other cities, you know, people who are afraid to come to Baltimore because of all the bad press. What can you tell about people, like, say, to let them know that Baltimore is fun to play and have their bands come here?
Oh, yes. Honestly, I do feel Baltimore deserves all the love. So you guys come down, play some gigs, party with the people. They're all good people. We have good times. Yeah, and I love it too because it's right on the water. We're actually, our bus is parked right down on the water, and it's gorgeous. We're kind of got some rain in the middle of the day, but then the sun came out back again. It's looking lovely. The dogs are out for walks. Yeah, everyone's out running and jogging, and feels like there's energy in the city, which is great.
So I know you're always you guys are always on Facebook. You're like always interacting with your fans a lot. You guys talked about a teaser of playing possibly a new song. So talk about a new song and talk about a new Sumo Cyco record, whatever you can talk about.
Yeah, hell yeah. So we literally just finished our 4th album. We can't announce a release date quite yet, but we are definitely going to be performing a brand new song tonight from that record. The song is called Villains. It is going to be our first single from the record. And yeah, we've been putting some time into this record. We wrote, I think, like 70 songs or something before we narrowed it down. We literally once and then re-recorded it again. We have been working on this thing. We've been working on building our team behind the scenes. We've literally been curating this thing for years. Our last record came out in 2021, so we are definitely due for a brand new release. But I think, I don't know, it's kind of like when you start building something up that you've been start working on and then it takes more time, then it starts becoming a bigger deal that you do it right and you do it properly, and then you kind of build it up in your head like it's got to be perfect. Express a side of me that doesn't always get expressed in the band. So,
yeah, exactly. And like I said, one of the times when I was seeing you guys have played with Butcher Babies, played with Non-Point. One of the last times I saw you, other than when you were doing your little headlining tour, you were playing on Wednesday 13 and the 69 Eyes. Talk about playing with such an iconic band like the 69 Eyes.
Yeah, that was crazy because I had honestly never even heard of these guys until we got the tour offer, and then I realized they are like legends from Helsinki, Finland.
Yeah.
And they are like these stoic. They literally feel like you're meeting vampires when you meet them because they're like tall and stoic, and they kind of have that kind of low voice with an accent. And every time I talked to them, they would say like one word or something, and it would be like really iconic because you'd be like, whoa, that was really impactful. It's like, when they say like, less is more. That was like the perfect example, So, but yeah, we had a lot of fun on that tour. I mean, Wednesday 13 is so fun too. Like, what a theatrical character Wednesday is. Like, the backwards head that he does in the set, I loved that. There's just these really smart tricks, when you don't have like a huge production where you have to kind of figure out how you're logistically going to make the set move and different kind of effects happen. He's like so smart with that stuff, which I really admire. So I had a blast on that tour, and it was so fun, just like people watching. I loved all the gothic fashion coming in the door every night. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, especially because that Wednesday tour, that was when you said the backwards head. He was also pulling out the worms out of his crotch.
Yeah, that stuff. I mean, you gotta kind of be like eccentric and like ready to just like throw caution to the wind when you start doing stuff like that, which I give total respect for. You gotta go for it.
Yeah, as I say, when you do those kind of ones like that, where you have those theatrical bands, does it kind of push you further to being that more theatrical stuff like that? Because like I said, I mean, you've always been interactive with the fans. You've always jumped in the middle of the pit, kind of do that. I've seen you before, going on Matt's, shoulders and going around. So talk about like that interacting with your fans, not only on stage but off stage and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we definitely love making the audience feel like they're part of the show and not just spectators to a show.
Yeah.
For me, it's so important. One of the biggest elements about live music that I love is community, and I love feeling like you're in a space that you are with like-minded people that like what you like, and it's a place to build relationships and build memories. And to me, I don't always love the idea of like, hey, I'm just up on this big stage, it's about me. It's not, it's about us. And I think when I do those things like getting in on the crowd, it's my invitation to everyone else to just have as much fun as I'm having, to like get involved as much as I am, like have as much fun and do the crazy stuff tonight. Like, let's make memories, So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. When I look at a venue, I don't just look at the stage as like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to stand. I look at the room and think of how can I turn this room into a party? If that means getting on the bar, I'll get on the bar. If that means run around to the guys sitting in the back looking like they're not paying attention, I'll wake them up and bring them to the front, So it's whatever I got to do to kind of make the whole room feel alive.
Well, yeah, it definitely seems like that because, like I said, when you're with the fans, you get bands that are kind of cool and interactive, but you guys are like always really nice, very approachable to people. Like, sometimes people are afraid because you big musicians are like, oh, but you guys are always like, no, we wanna interact with you guys. We wanna have a good time. Like I said, you guys, even especially on stage, you can just tell that you guys are always having fun on stage. Everybody's just like being kooky and stupid and maybe making some dumb faces or something like that.
Yeah.
You can always tell that you're like at a Sumo Cyco show, that not only the fans having a good time, but the band is having a good time as well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, because that's ultimately what it is all about, and like we can take ourselves super seriously, which in some moments we do as musicians and trying to build our career, but at the end of the day, what we are creating is a space for people to enjoy themselves. And if you can't enjoy yourself, how do you expect everyone else to enjoy themselves?
Yeah. Well, what can you say for 2025 that you've got, and or maybe looking into 2026 that you can say right now at least?
Yeah, so definitely, guys, you can look forward to our new record. We are literally like weeks, very short weeks away from dropping our new single, Villains. And then we're just gonna, after that comes out, we're just gonna flood you guys every month with more videos, more content, more singles up until record release, which we're looking to fall this year. And then once the record drops, we want to do as much touring as we can to support it. Want to get out to all your cities. So yeah, so just keep an eye on the socials, sumocyco.com, all of our Instagrams, Facebooks, Twitter, whatever you guys are on, just look up Sumo Cyco, SUMOCYCO, and we will be there, and feel free to interact. We also, I wanted to shout out our Only Psychos, which is a fan community that we've started late last year, which is a online on our website like subscription community where we've been starting to do monthly live streams. I do weekly literal diary entries every week telling everyone what I'm going through in my life, personal stuff to like how I'm building the band, like how I'm working on my career, all the ups and downs, so you really get a sense of what it's like to be a musician, kind of trying to do it independently. And then also we have some super fun behind the scenes content that no one else gets to see. We do our calendar, desktop wallpaper, so everybody gets that every month. So there's so much fun, and we really get to know each other in that community, which is great too. So I'll ramble on forever, but that's Only Psychos. You can check it out at sumocyco.com.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and when, like I said, I was laughing about the fall tour. I remember one time you said before where everybody, you guys being from Canada, and you're like, doing a fall tour, and everyone's like, why are you guys coming around in your own country in the fall? And you're like, well, you're from Canada. You know it's kind of hard to tour during the wintertime in Canada.
Yeah, yes, 100%. Definitely, we deserve to give Canada more love.
Yeah.
Canada's awesome, but yes, the winter months are not very easy to get the big old bus around, driving around through like the snowbanks and stuff. So yeah, we're definitely going to be coming through for this next record for sure. We've got big plans. We've got a lot of things kind of building up for this record, so hopefully it'll all come to fruition, and you'll see a lot of us over the coming year.
Awesome. We're looking forward, and thank you for taking the time again. It's always fun getting to talk to you guys, and like I said, I always love watching you guys play. When I saw you guys were going to be on the bill, I was like, dude, this is going to be one of my favorite bands on the band. You guys it's always a good show. Like every time I see you guys, I think I have more and more fun every time.
That's awesome.
You guys have always been really, really cool and really kind to me. So I just want to say thank you for taking the time.
Oh, of course. Well, thank you for showing interest in the band and helping to spread the word. We really appreciate it. All the kind words, and yeah, just getting the word out there about Sumo Cyco. We love it.
Oh yeah.